Mistake number 5, compliance. It's a broad topic. It's an important topic. So what do I see here? Where's the challenge? Well, one, we need to identify these compliance requirements, issues, landmines. We want to identify them early and often. So the minute an RFP comes out, we want to be able to highlight these compliance issues. But more importantly, similar to the question that was asked earlier, well, what happens when we flag those items? Because compliance is more than just, well, are you using 12-point Times New Roman font? Are you submitting it in a zipped file? You know, there are some layered, important, complicated compliance requirements that need to be addressed and require review and assessment. You know, reporting requirements. What are we reporting? On what kind of cadence? What kind of data do we need? Intellectual property, really important for those in the design space. You know, how is an effort being funded? What IP are you bringing to the table? What's being developed? Sourcing requirements. Where are you obtaining your materials and services? This is taking on increased importance right now with current events. So we want to flag these items. We want to get this into a format that's reviewable and actionable for our subject matter experts. And then we always want to remember and consider subcontract flow-down implications. Whatever we owe our customer, we need to make sure that our vendors and suppliers are required or obligated to provide what we need them to provide to meet our upstream obligations. So there's a lot here. What can we do to address the challenge? Let's identify disqualifiers, landmines, requirements kind of upfront, early, and consistently. As RFPs change, there's amendments, maybe things come out of Q&A periods, what have you. We need to be able to quickly highlight changes and once again, flow them to the appropriate parties. And then can we flag and identify these requirements that require subcontractor flow down as well, or some kind of action? So once again, there's a few ways we can attack this within VisibleThread. I want to start at kind of the tip of the spear here. We'll return to concept tracking where we started. So in this case, this is a range of opportunities that we could be pursuing. And we'll see it's a different dictionary than what I was employing earlier. We're looking for different keywords, key compliance items we need to understand where and how they appear in a range of documents. Cost accounting standards, very important. Financial impact. Where do we need to have approved accounting systems in place? Maybe that's a disqualifier. Or it's at least a, hey, finance, FYI. We can see where those requirements appear. Security type requirements, top secret, facility clearances. Where do we see these terms being used? We can get into size standards, set-asides, small business subcontracting plans. It's a way to identify these risks early, in which documents do they appear, and that allows us to do a nice risk profile if we're thinking about which opportunities to pursue. Once again, there's resource concerns to think about, and we can get into deeper examples where we can flag these in the content itself and add in action-oriented language. Well, so what? What happens if we come across cost accounting? We can also get into quality standards as well, certifications, AS 9100. ISO 2001, cybersecurity certifications. Where are we being asked to prove this? Where do we need to have certain systems in place? And then who needs to review them? These are themes that we need to identify early, and we don't want to be 2 weeks into a proposal cycle before we flag it to relevant parties.